this. I guess these aren't good to put cats in. Here's the way I see it, and I hope it doesn't come to this, but if you mention flu in this country, ain't no big deal. You know, it's just something that we live with every winter. The flu always takes hold. I personally get a flu vaccine every year because I've had the flu twice and I don't ever want to get it again, so I get a vaccine. But here's what we are facing. Call it the flu, no big deal. Everybody just flips the channel and says, well, you know, I need to catch up on celebrity news. However, call it the coronavirus, that's a whole new ball game right there. And if that virus comes into this country and starts spreading any at all, you're gonna see the shelves at food stores and hardware stores, everything you can imagine. You're gonna see a full-blown panic and the shelves are gonna be empty.
Please, sir, I want some more.
So my thing to you today is, are you prepared at all? Okay, here is a really simple prep that we're doing at my house, and you can easily do this as well. We are using 5-gallon buckets along with what they call a gamma seal lid. Some of you probably already know about the gamma seal lids, some of you may not. But what they do is they will turn a regular 5-gallon bucket and some other sizes, I think maybe a 3-gallon up to a 7-gallon. They will turn this into a watertight, airtight compartment, and you can store stuff in it, you know, anything you want. In our case, we're using it to store some food that, you know, we're prepping and we're want to keep it out of moisture. Don't know exactly where we'll store this yet, but you know, if we want to put it outside in one of our storage buildings where there is moisture, certain foods that aren't canned goods and things like that, we can keep these nice and fresh and able to use. These lids for the 5-gallon buckets are super handy. They come in 2 pieces, and this top simply screws off. Put it back on, tighten it down, and now you have a watertight, airtight container. So they come as two pieces. You've got a ring there. You snap that down over your 5-gallon bucket, and then you've got your top. It couldn't be more easy. Now, I'm not totally sure why they call them a gamma seal lid. You know, a professional prepper may know. I looked briefly and I couldn't really see or find a definition for one and why they call it that. So if you're a professional prepper, you may know, and you know, feel free to leave it in the comments. And I know there are other things that you can do. These buckets are food grade. It says so right there on the sticker. I got everything right here from Lowe's. You know, somebody with more experience prepping and has been doing it a while may say, well, you're supposed to put them in Mylar bags or whatever. I don't know. I totally understand that. And that's not where I'm going. I'm just trying to show people who may want to just do some quick prep work for a possible pandemic in America, some things that they can do. Now, we're going to the grocery store. We're not really making special trips. What we are doing is we're just doing our regular trips and we're buying extra stuff. Things like cereal, powdered milk. And in these buckets, you know, we're putting stuff that you don't want to expose to moisture. Baking soda, salt, flour. You know, we've got 2 or 3 5-pound bags of flour, rice. None of this stuff is crazy stuff. We're going to eventually eat all this no matter what. If we get through this hump, you know, we'll probably keep this for a while with the expiration dates in mind, and we're not going to let it rot or anything like that. Spaghetti. Just common sense, everyday staple foods that are fairly inexpensive. You know, when you're in the grocery store, grab a few extra of these things. And, you know, if you take a trip to Lowe's, get you 2 or 3 buckets for these type of food items. Sugar. Let's see. Dry milk, powdered milk. Oatmeal, grits, things like that. We're not going crazy. Beans, but we are buying extra stuff. So what I want to do is I want to be able to outlive my neighbors by, you know, even if it's a couple weeks, because once I outlive them, I'm going to go ransack their house for their food, and we're going to live even longer. So my goal is to live a little bit longer than my neighbors, so I'll be able to go ransack their houses after they die. All right, let's briefly talk about costs. I looked on Amazon real quick and I didn't see any good deals there. Once again, I didn't really care. It wasn't something I wanted to order. I wanted to go ahead and get them quickly if I could. So I did look online at Lowe's, and they did have them at my local store, and they were cheaper than Amazon. That's all I can tell you. You may find them cheaper at Lowe's than you would Amazon. So the buckets, food grade buckets, were $4.48 each, and the Gamma lids were $7.58 each. Now at Lowe's, I've got my account set up where I get a military discount, so I get 10% off that. And by the way, any of you that are military veterans, go online to Lowe's and set up your account, so when you give them your phone number, when you make purchases, you get 10% off everything you buy. So make sure you do that. Well, that's about all I got to say on this subject. I think that cat in the bucket's probably calmed down by now. I can go back outside and open that lid and let him out. This is just simple prep. 5-gallon buckets, Gamma lids, anybody can do it. The cost is reasonable. Better start doing a little bit of prepping, y'all. Don't be crying to adventure outdoors because you didn't listen to me, all right? Wisdom, superior brain stuff, okay? I'm giving this info out for free, all right? Doesn't even cost you anything. So just, I hope we all get through this. I hope all of this has been a wasted money, wasted time, wasted effort. That's what I'm hoping. But just in case, you know, just in case, we want to be a little bit more prepared than we normally are under usual circumstances. All right, that's it. I'll see all of you real soon in the next video.
Please, sir, I want some more.
What?
Please, sir, I want some more.